Hi, welcome back. Well, Just Dial is one stock that's reeling under pressure post its numbers. So let's get the management on board to tell us what the way forward could look like. Ramkumar Krishnamachari, the CFO of Just Dial, joins us now. Mr. Ramkumar, despite a lot of efforts to improve sales, the revenue growth for the company continues to remain very muted. I mean, FY17 revenue growth is just single digits at 7%, and there's so much competition in the market. What can you guide for FY18?
So this is a very large ship. It takes time to turn around, and you have to remember that we have not practically advertised in the last 2 years, and that had an impact on our renewal sales or renewal revenue. But that has to be offset by number of new customer sign-ups. So you will see that going forward, as the initiatives that we have taken on the user engagement side will yield us on the positive side on the revenue growth. But having said that, it's all about execution, and we believe that the steps that we have taken on the sales expansion, Salesforce expansion, and our complete focus on core business, core search, I would say, is going to yield us, reflect in the top line growth. Our immediate objective is to get back to double-digit growth, and we are going to invest in the Salesforce expansion. We are going to do everything, both on the user engagement side, on the traffic side. There will be a lag effect of the increased in the improved traffic engagement and to convert into monetization. But immediate effort is to make sure that we expand on the Salesforce, and that is going to be the focus is get the top line growth back to double digit, and we are immensely focused on that. So end of the day, it's all about execution, how well we execute, but you will figure out that FY18 will be a very crucial year for us from an execution standpoint.
Yeah, but it's been 2 straight quarters, isn't it? Is there scope to improve margins from here on, considering that the much-awaited ad campaign has already started?
The ad campaign is certainly going to, dent the margin because, as we said, we are committed to spending 100 crore. Part of it was spent in Q4, but a substantial portion of that 100 crore will be spent in this year, FY18. So that will have a dent on the margin. But having said that, the margin improvement is more due to the productivity and process efficiencies that we have seen. But again, as I mentioned, the focus will be on growth. Getting the growth back on track, even if it means that we have to sacrifice margin for a couple of quarters, we are not going to stop from doing whatever it takes to get the sales back on track. So that is the twin strategy is going to be that the ad campaign is going to continue. It has shown very encouraging results, and on the top line side, make sure that we get into double digit ASAP, and that is going to happen through volume growth and driven by Salesforce expansion.
The problem really is there are such mammoth players now that are entering the market. I mean, Google Ario has launched in metro cities. That's a direct competitor for you. So on the pure search business, how competitive is the scenario now? The reason we ask is some of the internals look so weak. Campaign addition declined, for 2 straight quarters, pricing declined, etc.
Yeah, so definitely Google is a credible competition as far as we are concerned, because they have the monopoly of the entire search gateway, I would say. So, but having said that, our focus is intensely on the user. How can I make sure that the user, how can I add value to the user? How can the user perceive those values and and how effectively we communicate those value to the user? Certainly a combination of both, for example, it's not only search, but your friends' ratings and reviews, which is part of a JD social strategy. Ability to make payment on a single platform, which is the JD Pay, what it does. And combined with the search plus transaction platform, these are the, search, transact, your social aspect, and the JD Pay. These are the 4 pillars of a strategy that is going to see the engagement with the consumer, and that's what we believe, that the whole value to the consumer of doing all this on a single platform is what is going, and we are going to drill that down, and we're going to communicate heavily about this aspect of it. So that, I mean, there's going to be always going to be competition. We have seen this in the last 20 years. There's going to be competition one form or other. Today it is going to be Google which is getting into all this. But our focus is on the user, how I can engage with user, how I can provide value to them, how I can make their life easy when it comes to doing all these things, doing things on the online platform.
You bet. A lot of other people are also trying to do the same thing. That's the problem, Ramkumar. Thank you very much for joining us with your thoughts and plans for FY18. Okay, well, actually, if we can have Ramkumar for just a minute. Ramkumar, the cash of 1,000 crores, sorry. Any plans?
We didn't consider dividend in this quarter. Certainly, in the next 1 or 2 quarters, we will take a call what is the appropriate use of the cash.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Well, I wish you luck because there are such big players in the market, the likes of Google, Ario, etc., and that will definitely put pressure. But we don't have time on Bazaar. It's curtains down. Thanks for watching. A lot of